very much. We are
in all number 1, abstract number 109 to 180, abstract number 181 to 250 in all number 2 in the same Canara Bank School of Management building. Team number 3, biopesticides and pest management, and team number 5, human health diseases and epidemiological studies. The sessions would be held at Jana Jyothi Auditorium here, very much here, a place where you are sitting. These sessions would be held here. And also the abstract number 82 to 108 and 251 to 289 would be held here. Session of theme number 7, biodiversity conservation and medicinal plants. The venue is seminar hall. If you just go to the hall, on the right side we have a separate seminar hall with a seating capacity of 158, whereas this hall 1152. So the abstract numbers are 355 to 402. The sessions would be held with relating to the theme biodiversity conservation and medicinal plants would be held in seminar hall. The abstract numbers are 355 to 402. All these technical sessions in all the lecture halls would be held after the keynote address. After the keynote address we have a lunch. After the lunch at 2 o'clock in all these places, 7 places, parallel sessions will be going on. So the respective people or respective delegates who have contributed papers are requested to go to these halls. For further announcement, we will display all this material at the Secretariat office or the respective venue. The details will be displayed. Over and above this, if you have any questions, clarifications, feel free to ask us. When you are asking questions, don't ask same question again and again. The question should be different. Because experience says same question, same person, 10 times, 10 mails, same questions. I have answered, again same question. Okay? So let us put an end to such things. And I am extremely happy to answer all questions if the question is different. And at 6 o'clock to 7:30, may I go on to 7:30, we have arranged for the delegates and the invitees a cultural evening. So I welcome all of you for the cultural evening. All these announcements will be made at regular intervals of time. And immediately after the cultural evening, we have a dinner hosted by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. N. Prabhudev at Atria Hotel. If you just go out of this hall, main hall, take a right turn. After going out of the hall, take a right turn. From that point, 570 meters. I am very specific. 570 meters. There is on the right side again. The chairpersons to conduct this one of the prestigious session, keynote address session. So to introduce briefly Professor K.V. Devaraj, who is the alumni of Department of Zoology, having a fisheries subject background, a Master of Fisheries Science. Later he joined our department, did his PhD, having a lot of experience, published more than 200 papers in national and international journals, of high impact factor, and who is also a source of inspiration to all of us. Sir, on behalf of, with your rich experience, we thought that you are the right person to give the keynote address. On behalf of the Bangalore University, on behalf of the organizing committee, I heartily welcome you, sir, for this keynote session. I also take this opportunity to welcome one of the distinguished scientists, who was also a former Vice Chancellor, Professor Suryavamshi, who is with us. And Professor Suryavamshi is the past president of Indian Society of Comparative Animal Physiology, wherein I am also one of the executive committee member. My chairperson is the president now, and he was the past president. Sir, on behalf of the Bangalore University, we welcome you, sir, to this conduct this proceeding keynote address. And it's my pleasure again and a privilege to invite one of the distinguished scientists in the field of ecobiology, wildlife management, and authority in wildlife biology, Professor Dr. B.B. Vasetti, who is also a member of so many organizations, national, international, and even including UPSC examinations. All these things because of rich experience has been involved in many activities. Sir, on behalf of the Bangalore University, we welcome you, sir. With us our own colleague, Professor Dr. K. Manjunath, who is the chairperson of Department of Biotechnology, Department of Biotechnology and Microbiology Department from Bangalore University, who has also contributed greatly to the field of science, particularly from the plant sciences, and he was instrumental in establishing the Department of Microbiology and Biotechnology in the Bangalore University. Because of his initiation and many others also involved, because of his contribution, the separate department has been established not only in the Bangalore University but also affiliated colleges offering MSc courses, BSc courses. And who is a rich experience, travelled extensively both India and abroad. So more than 100 papers he has published, one of the distinguished scientists in the field of biotechnology. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of the Bangalore University. Now I request the Professor Suryavamshi, Dr. K. Manjunath and Dr. B.B. Vasetti to conduct the proceedings. Thank you.
Professor Suryavamshi, Dr. Vasetti, Dr. Manjunath, distinguished delegates, invitees, students, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be here this morning and participate in the prestigious centenary celebrations of the Department of Zoology, Bangalore University, as alumni. In the morning inaugural session, several points were emphasized by all the speakers, including the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor, about this conference. I also spoke for about a few minutes, 4-5 minutes, just highlighting some of the important aspects of this issue. But now again, I have been asked to deliver a keynote address. On the same points, I am going to elaborate slightly so that you will get a better perspective on this. The tropical climate in India is a boon to support a wide range of biodiversity. For example, Western Ghats biodiversity, which is very close to us, has got millions of aquatic, terrestrial and arboreal fauna and flora. This God-given environment is nature's gift to support the existence of humanity. By virtue of its richness, India has been placed among the 12 richest mega biodiversity centers of the world. Containment of environmental pollution, water conservation, and related health management has now become topics of global concern. This international conference has rightly chosen with emphasis on these most relevant issues to be discussed under 23 topics listed for deliberation during this 3-day seminar in simultaneous sessions. It is gratifying to note that this international conference is being organized by the Department of Zoology, Bangalore University, in association with the Indian Society of Comparative Animal Physiology, Tirupati, and this conference provides a common platform to the scientists, academicians, industrialists, and others coming from all over the country and abroad to present their research work, experienced views, deliberate and discuss topics under major disciplines listed, finally come out with concrete suggestions which could be submitted to the government, and Honorable Minister has assured to consider the valuable sessions this conference is going to give. Environmental pollution is one of the major causes which affect directly the environment and endangers the life of both fauna and flora, which are presently thriving by fighting to remain as the preferred biodiversity. While going through one of the editorials in a newspaper, I found that nearly 90% of floating marine litter is plastic, subtle, durable materials such as polythene and polypropylene, styrofoam, thermocol and nylon. The United Nations Environment Programme has estimated that there are over 46,000 pieces of plastic floating in every square mile of ocean waters. About 80% of ocean trash comes from land through human activity, mostly as raw sewage, chemical fertilizers, effluents, plastic bottles, wrappers and plastic bags. It is reported that plastics, when get into water, would take about 3 to 4 centuries to disappear on their own. Another alarming fact is that massive amount of carbon dioxide pumped into the environment by human activity is slowly making our oceans acidic, thereby affecting all forms of marine life and seabirds. An Australian scientist has said that the oceans were the Earth's heart and lungs, producing half of the world's oxygen and absorbing 30% of man-made carbon dioxide. Another group of scientists are working on the Carb Fix project, which aims at pumping huge amount of carbon dioxide by a method of sequestration into deep underground to mix with minerals and become rock, which would ultimately get deposited in basaltic rocks for a long time. However, many experts fear that this carbon dioxide deposited may leak over a period of time. Other approaches of containing carbon dioxide are being attempted in different parts of the globe. Global warming is not a far-off problem. We are starting to see it as a clear and present danger. The vastness of oceans lulls us into a false belief that they have an infinite capacity to handle the trash we dump into them. In reality, it is not so. It is estimated that if every one of us on earth planted 100 trees per year, for the next 10 years, we may stop the carbon dioxide buildup in the atmosphere considerably. I am just giving you this information to emphasize on the gravity of the situation. If the situation is so alarming in the vast oceans and seas, imagine the problem such pollution is causing in our freshwater tanks, reservoirs, lakes, rivers and estuaries, which are also used as dumping grounds for all kinds of waste. For example, the situation in Great Lakes seems to be going from bad to worse, and our river systems are in no way better. In an agricultural landscape, common contributors to water pollution are nutrients and sediments, which typically enter stream systems after rainfall washes them off through poorly managed agricultural fields called surface runoff, or flushes them out of the soil through leaching. These types of pollutants are considered as non-point source pollution because the exact point where the pollutants originate cannot be identified. On the other hand, the point source pollutants originate at a specific point of contamination, such as if a manure containment structure fails and its contents enter the drainage system, the effluents of wastewater treatment plants and other industries play a much larger role in this setting. In urban landscapes, issues of soil loss through erosion from construction sites, for example, and nutrient enrichment from lawn fertilizers exist. Pollution, mainly air and water, remain to be causing danger to the society. Many scientists all over the world are working to find ways and means to contain hazardous effect of pollution. At every stage of human activity, be it domestic, industrial, or agriculture or waste management, there is a necessity to have a constant watch and also create awareness among people who are responsible partly or totally for this hazard. Conservation is another important issue. There are two types of conservation. Not only we have to conserve the water, but also we have to conserve the biodiversity, which are interdependent. The attention given by the scientists, industrialists,